welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to take you through a scapular stabilization session. For this workout you're going to need a mat and you're going to need a really light pair of dumbbells. So I'm only using 3.5 kilos. You could possibly go even lighter than that if you want to. It's not about heavy weights, it's all about technique, okay? So we're going to start kneeling or sitting, and the reason I want you to be kneeling on the floor is because I want you to really focus on your upper body. However, if you feel uncomfortable kneeling, sitting, feel free to do all of these exercises standing up on your feet, okay? So, sitting up nice and tall, take your arms out in front of you, and I want you to clasp your hands and I want you to pull your elbows back like you've taken hold of a resistance band and you've pulled that band towards your chest, your elbows are back. Then you're going to open up your hands and you're going to push forward. Okay, let's do that again. So we're going to pull and we're going to push. Now keep this going, and I want you to really focus on your scapula or your shoulder blades. Focus on what they are doing in your back. So when we pull, the shoulder blades come close together or they retract in your back. Then when we push, the shoulder blades are probably going to wing out wide in your back or protract. So retract, protract, and almost exaggerate that a little bit for me so you can really notice the difference between those two positions. Feel that variation of movement that you can get in your back with your scapula. Let's do one more. Great. Okay, now take your arms out to the side, and rather than feeling like your shoulders are shrugging up, I want you to feel like your shoulder blades are floating up in your back, which is going to make you shrug your shoulders. And then you're going to slide your shoulder blades down in your back, and your shoulders are naturally going to drop down and away from your ears. So we're going for scapular elevation and then scapular depression. Elevation and depression. Really try and find that movement in your back with your scapula or your shoulder blades. Can be tricky to do if you're not used to moving them around like this. Okay, finish that one you're on. So we're going to go back to our pull, and I want you to hold. And I want you to notice what's going on. What do you feel when you're in your pull? So we're feeling the rhomboids and the trapezius, but the rhomboids mainly, they're contracting, they're little muscles between the shoulder blades to pull the shoulder blades together. Now I want you to keep that engagement there with the rhomboids, but release it a little. So the shoulder blades are lying a little bit more flat on the back. They're not too squeezed together, but you still feel those rhomboids. They're switched on, okay? Then take your arms out to the side and we're going to go back to that depression. So we're sliding the shoulder blades back down in the back. Now hold that. What do you feel there? You're going to hopefully feel these long muscles here called your latissimus dorsi, and a little muscle here underneath your armpit called your serratus anterior. So press down, almost feel like you've got some bubble wrap here under your arms and you're compressing it down to the floor. And hopefully you're going to find those muscles too. Again, it's about 50-60% of our maximum effort. So we're not straining, we're not overdoing it. Now keep holding the arms there, slightly retract and slightly depress those shoulder blades, and we're going to maintain that as we circle the arms. So we're starting to add on a little bit more movement, but at the same time we're working on stabilizing the scapula. So they're not wobbling around all over the place in your back. They're going to move naturally a little bit, but those muscles that we've just talked about that support the shoulder blades are working for us. This is going to give us super upper back strength, it's going to improve our posture, it's going to improve our biomechanics, your sporting or athletic ability, any back pain, any shoulder pain. Okay, we'll reverse. Hopefully you're starting to feel your arms, your shoulders, your upper back working. Super, super simple exercise, but when done right, it's hard. This is Pilates. Okay, hold it there. So you're going to bring your arms out in front of you. Hold it there. Now the shoulder blades again are going to want to protract. So retract, bring them back in your back. Turn your palms up and open and feel that slight depression again. Palms down. So we're maintaining both of those, retraction and depression of the scapula as we're moving our arms. So again, a super, super simple exercise, but there is loads going on in the body. I think that is my catchphrase. I always say that. Super simple exercise, but we're thinking about a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're going to add on to this. Bring the arms in front of you. Turn your palms up. Bend your elbows so your fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. Now we're going to reach the fingertips up, but the shoulders aren't going to come up with it. The shoulders are going to stay down. Those shoulder blades are depressed and retracted. Drop the elbows, stretch, palms down and open. Let's repeat. Bring them forwards. Palms up. Bend. Reach. Lower. Stretch. Palms down and open one more time. Bring them forward. And I call this one the dumb waiter. Fingertips up and down. Stretch. Palms down. Open. Okay, hold it there and turn your palms to face forward. And we're going to waft the arms, for lack of a better term. I just love calling it wafting. So feel like you're bringing a little bit of rotation into your spine now. So you're turning your gaze and your shoulders from side to side, but we're keeping those elbows quite lifted. We're keeping those shoulder blades or the scapula retracted and depressed ever so slightly. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1 and come to here, palms forward. So we're going to do a shoulder press. So as those fingertips reach up, the shoulder blades go even further down in your back. I want you to depress the shoulder blades even more. So rather than being here, we want to be here. There's length and freedom in the neck. Take it up and down. Take it up. And of course, a lot of these exercises you would normally do with weights or resistance bands or with an exercise machine. So this movement you can do with dumbbells in your hands, which we're going to do in a minute, with a barbell in your hands, or maybe you're holding onto the lat pull down machine in the gym and you're pulling that bar down to your chest. So you can apply all of this technique to whatever it is you're doing. Okay, hold it there. We're going to go for the Peck Fly. So this one is hard, because if I go any further than about there, if I bring my arms together, my shoulder blades are going to over protract in the back. They're going to wing out too wide in my back and I've lost that stability. So I'm going to stop here, my elbows are about shoulder width really, and then I'm going to open. So you guys might have been on the Peck Fly machine in the gym and you might be going all the way and you're not doing much. You're working your pecs, but you're not using the stabilizers in the back to support what you're doing and to reduce the risk of injury. So this is really important. Next time you're on your Peck Fly, think of this scapular stabilization. Let's do 2 more here. And last one. And you're just going to stretch your arms out to the side and hold again. Depress, slightly retract. We're not overdoing it. We're just firing up those muscles for 3, 2, 1 and relax. Well done. Okay, give your arms a little bit of a circle or a shake out. Have a little breather. My feet have gone a little bit dead because I've been sitting on them for a long time. So we're going to do a few dumbbell exercises now. So again, you can do this kneeling or sitting, or you can stand up. So we're adding on weight. It's a very light weight. These are 3.5 kilos. but we're not losing or throwing away that very important technique. So we're going to start with a really simple biceps curl. So the chest is open. Before I even start, I've retracted and depressed the shoulder blades. We're going to go really slowly. The palms are going to come up towards the shoulders. Hold it there and back down. Now, often in the biceps curl, the elbows want to pop out and swing out and then up. I exaggerated that, and what happens is the shoulder blades do the same basically. They kind of go whoop, whoop. They kind of pop out and then in your back, which we want to avoid. So try and keep them as stable as you can as you do your biceps curls. It takes a lot of concentration, and it does mean that you're probably going to have to go a little bit lighter with your weights. It's all about that control, about that technique. And you could be doing this with a barbell, you could be doing this with a resistance band, with some weighted balls. It doesn't have to be dumbbells like I'm using. Okay, we're going to go for one more biceps curl. Great, okay, we're going to go for a front raise. So I'm stabilizing those scapula, and I'm just going to keep my palm facing in for this one, and I'm just swinging the arm up and down. Now, if my shoulder starts to do this as the dumbbell raises, I know I'm not stabilizing my scapula. So it is really handy to do this in front of a mirror. If you've got a mirror in your gym, in your studio, at home, you could practice these in front of the mirror. Ideally, we want to be able to feel what's going on within the body and develop our proprioception, knowing where our body is in space. But if you're unsure, practice in front of a mirror, and then when you feel you've got that, go without the mirror. Feel it within your body. We're going to do one more of each. Okay, this time we're going to go for some side raises. So stabilize those scapula, and you might feel like if you go much higher than shoulder height, you're losing that technique. You might feel like you just want to be here. That's absolutely fine. You do what you need to do. Let's just go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, we're going to go back to the shoulder press. We've already done this, but free body. So now we're adding on our weights. So as my hands reach further up, my shoulder blades slide further down in the back. And you should be able to move your head, move your neck quite freely as you do this. So you don't want tension there in the shoulders, in the neck, which is over time just going to give you an injury. It's just not going to feel great. Okay, just 2 more of these. You'll probably notice as well when you're doing it like this, you don't need to do hundreds and hundreds of repetitions to feel it. Hold it there. We're going to go for that peck fly. So bring those elbows in and open. Again, I'm not bringing my arms in too much because my shoulder blades will no longer be stable. Let's just go for one more. This one's hard. And relax. Brilliant. Okay, so all of the exercises we've done up till now have been upper body exercises, but whenever you do lower body exercises using dumbbells, using a barbell, using a kettlebell, you want to think about stabilizing your shoulder blades even then. So we're just going to do one lower body exercise up on our feet. So jump up for me. Give your legs a little bit of a shake out if they've gone a bit dead. We're going to go for deadlift. So you could be doing this deadlift with any kind of weight. Obviously I'm using my dumbbells and they're quite light, but this little snippet of technique is even more important if your weight is heavy. So standing up tall, feet hip width apart, toes pointing straight forward. We're going to bend the knees slightly. We're going to do our Romanian deadlift. So we're flexing from the hips and pushing my hips back, and I'm taking the dumbbells or the barbell or the kettlebell towards the floor. And I'm going to hold it there. Now, from here, what we don't want to do is protract those shoulder blades. So Can you see how I've dropped my dumbbells further to the floor? My shoulder blades are kind of winged out wide in my back. So right now, I'm going to retract and depress, even here. And then I'm going to come up. So, see how you can use this little piece of technique when you're doing a lower body exercise. It's really important. These, again, I'm just holding 7 kilos here. But if this were a 20, 30, 40 and above kilogram kettlebell or barbell, that's going to be quite a strain in those muscles on the upper back if we're not stabilizing the scapula. So let's go for another 2. And again, maybe each time you get to the bottom, just have a little bit of a play around with those shoulder blades, especially if you've got light weights, you're okay to do that. Last one. Good, well done. So, I hope you feel like you had a little bit of a workout, but you've also gained a little bit of knowledge about what's going on in the upper back with those shoulder blades. Try and apply that little piece of technique to your next workout and let me know how you get on. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon. Bye.